In 1812, the journey of the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth began in a simple log house in the area known as St. Thomas in the newly established Diocese of Bardstown, Kentucky. The community of 6 sisters elected the youngest among them, Catherine Spaulding, to serve as their first leader. Bishop Flagey and Father David envisioned the sisters as essential in helping to deepen and spread the faith in the diocese through education, especially of girls. The sisters in 1814 opened Nazareth School on St. Thomas Farm. The obvious joy of the sisters in their life of profound dedication to God drew other women to join them in their ministry of teaching and caring for orphans and the elderly. Within 10 years, the community numbered 38 members, opened 3 academies, moved to the present-day Nazareth campus, and were preparing to build a boarding school to accommodate 100 girls. Over the years, times changed, structures evolved, and margins moved. At bedsides and boardrooms, in classrooms and camp hospitals, SCNs have given responsive and compassionate care to the needs of others. The Sisters of Charity of Nazareth continually call themselves to pay attention and to address the most pressing needs of the times. Today, in many parts of the United States, sisters carry out ministries in education, healthcare, mobile medical clinics, spirituality, retreat ministries, outreach to the poor and marginalized, affordable housing, care for the elderly, working for systemic change, and social justice. The spiritual setting at Nazareth's sacred ground to many is a place for prayer and home to the sisters as they carry out their mission in the United States and throughout the world. In 1947, the mission expanded internationally when 6 sisters traveled to India and opened a hospital. Now, there are hundreds of Sisters of Charity of Nazareth across India, and each year, new women are welcomed into the congregation. Serving in healthcare, sisters deliver aid to remote places, work in hospitals, and run an inpatient AIDS clinic. The sisters operate schools for mentally handicapped children and a boarding school for young girls affected by polio. In education, sisters administer and teach in schools. They have established job training centers for underprivileged youth. Empowerment programs are offered to women on topics of self-esteem, anti-human trafficking, tailoring, and craft making. English classes are taught in rural villages and city slums. The sisters provide children of commercial sex workers an opportunity for education, give them nurturing care, training for job opportunities, and a life of dignity. In 1975, the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth began ministering in Belize, Central America. Today, a number of sisters, some who are native Belizeans, live and minister there. They engage in education, community-based programs, medical and social services. This includes outreach to families and children who are affected by HIV and AIDS. In 1979, the sisters recognized the needs in India's neighboring Nepal. Though sometimes faced with the chaos of an unstable government and threats, the sisters have established much-needed ministries. The sisters serve mentally disabled children, offer women's empowerment programs, administer schools, and provide health care through rural mobile medical clinics. In 2000, the sisters established a mission in Botswana, Africa. The sisters provide pastoral ministry to lay men and women and daycare services for children who are orphaned or in need. They teach skills training classes to women and work to provide the basic necessity of water. To those affected by HIV and AIDS, sisters administer holistic programs and a hospice. True to the heritage of Vincent de Paul, Sisters of Charity of Nazareth collaborate with others to further the mission of the Church. Lay women and men share a formal relationship with sisters as SCN associates, living out the values of the congregation in their daily lives. Volunteers from around the United States enter into ministry in national and international locations in Belize, Botswana, New Orleans, Appalachia, and areas in need of disaster response. Donors share their personal gifts with the congregation, which in turn ensure that vital ministries continue. It is these friends, supporters, associates, volunteers, and donors who make up the extended SCN family. From the log house in Kentucky, across the Indian Ocean, to the Himalayan mountains, over the Caribbean Sea, and to the Kalahari Desert, the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth have followed the vision of their foundress and the love of God with creativity and perseverance. Caritas Christi urget nos. The love of Christ impels us.